Hello everybody, you're welcome to Claro Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today, as you notice, if you've been with me for a while, I'm back at the room where I started filming. So apparently it is preferable, and for me too. I mean, look, I get to have some of my heartfelt animals around me. This is Cleo for Cleopatra. It's actually the only female of the 5 animals we have. So I'm grateful for her. And sometimes you'll see Max, and one of my other dogs is over there. So this room feels a little better for me too. So thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm very excited today because, and this is still kind of from the Sephora haul. I still haven't gone through all the products I order. Of course, I showed them to you in the haul that I did get them, but I haven't been able to review them all. So this is one that I keep looking forward to it. This is the DANESSA MYRICKS, the 2 palettes. So I ordered this too, well, for several reasons. So I heard a lot from this brand, DANESSA MYRICKS, especially people from England, you know, in YouTube or in Instagram. I see some English YouTubers and that have used, you know, they come in a little tube and they use it for blush, they use it for eye shadows. And I've heard, you know, how sometimes they also have like a makeup artist palette where they play with the colors. And so I always been interested, but it was very hard for me to, apparently she has such a range of colors that it was very hard for me to choose which colors will be for me. Until this last December, I got a lucky bag from Beautylish and included one of her eyeshadows, I guess chicken shadows. I guess you can use it for all because it's cream. And I tried it for the very first time and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was not my perfect color, but yet I knew that if it was gonna be a great product. So when I saw that this ones came out, and look at the range, I mean, for bronzing, for blush in the peach, the brown, you know, some red, and then very dark. So I thought, oh my God, this is so versatile. And then the other one for all the blush colors, right? I mean, very bright summer, spring, very, so I like the variety for the price. I mean, these 2 are so affordable. And so I thought powerhouse for sure. So that's why I ordered them. And of course, then I saw some YouTubers that use them and like them. So of course I was like, yeah. And so we're gonna try this today. So one of the things is that I believe, and if you have noticed, I mean, it's not a belief, it's not like faith, but what I have noticed is that we really have, since last year, middle of last year, we've really been into cream blushes, cream bronzers, cream shades, cream. Never used to be my favorite because I thought it were not that easy to apply, to long lasting, all these natures. And I really always like how the powder make my skin look nicer. But I think I jumped in the wagon. If you've seen some of my videos, I have a lot of videos comparing cream blushes. So there you go. I have, you know, several. You can see from the Clé de Peau, from La Prairie, from you know, oh, of course, Westman Atelier, and la. Anyhow, so if you're interested on this, let's keep on watching. So if you notice, if you know my last video or my other video, I bought the foundation from Clé de Peau. And so we're gonna use this. And so, oh, I also want to compare here with you. I finally, I mean, if you've been with me, you know, finally found where my BeautyBlender was. You know, if you've seen me, I'm like, I have it, I don't know where, but I know it's around, and da-da-da-da. I couldn't find it anywhere. Of course, it was in one of my little drawers of makeup, but the one that I never opened, whatever. I found it today. So thank goodness. Because really, I haven't used it that much. It's almost new. And you know, when it's not spending the money, but it is this thing when you bought it, it's new and it just disappeared and you have to buy another one. That's kind of annoying. That's where I was. So I was like, no, I'm not getting a new one. I'm going to find it. And so I did order the sponge from the brand Sephora. And what do they call it? The original, I guess, because this one really took off, and I guess they were the original. Maybe that's where they come from. Total Cover Sponge Original. So, but this is the Sephora brand. So it has a different shape. This is a BeautyBlender. They're almost the same size, and this is wet because they're moist. I wet them before here. And so we'll see. I want to see how they perform with this foundation, which I do apply, and I do prefer to do it with a sponge. So I'm going to take the little spoolie that it comes with this so I don't contaminate the foundation. And of course you can put it here, or I guess, yeah, I'll put a little bit in here. And then I'm going to start applying with my finger. And I'm not going to do like a full foundation face. I just want to apply a tiny bit. And if you saw my, I guess you can call it tutorial or my review, or how I like this foundation, is precisely this way. Very light. So I'm going to try the BeautyBlender on this side. And then I'm going to try the Sephora on the other side. Let's see if it really makes a difference. Well, I tell you that just the way the sponge feels. This one feels wetter. And I did dry them the same, wet them the same, did everything the same. This one has a lot more moisture, and I can feel it because it's colder. That one, the other one is warm. So I think the colder, I don't know if it has something to do with what they're made of, or that it's retaining the water, but it feels more fluffy. When I press, it kind of presses in. You see that? The other one felt a little more sturdy. So now in coverage, let's look at this. So this has been the Sephora. Very interesting. I don't know if you can tell a difference, because as I was applying it, the experience, I prefer the BeautyBlender. It just, the texture of it, the sturdiness of it. And I thought, I'm gonna put just a little bit more in my hand. I thought that the way the makeup was being applied was a lot better with the BeautyBlender. But I have to say, now that I look at them after, I don't think I can tell the difference. Let's see. BeautyBlender. See, the experience of applying it is much better than BeautyBlender, for sure. It just feels more sturdy, feels easier. And then the Sephora, wetter, colder, more fluffy. So you're not feeling really how you stand with the product. Like with the other one, you really felt that it was setting as you were applying it. But now that they're done, can you tell a difference? Oof, this is a tough one, very tough one. Could I tell a difference? No. Could I tell the difference in the application? Yes. If I had a choice, which one would I buy again? I probably would buy the BeautyBlender. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna keep playing. Now I'm turning it to this side. It's flat. The other one will be curved. I do like how it ended up being, I mean, very minute. I don't think anybody could tell the difference just on eyesight. But studying it and knowing which side is which, I like this side better. And so if the experience and how it looks is a preference, definitely. There's a reason why everybody gets a BeautyBlender. So there you have it. Love it. Experiment done. I'm sorry, Sephora. Now, if I got a Sephora sponge like I did, I will use it. It's not like it's so bad that I'm like, forget it. Why even waste my time? No. So now that I have it, I will use it. Maybe. Because if you ask me every time I use a sponge, which is not every day, I probably will get the BeautyBlender instead. So, oh well. And I think there's only a $6 difference between one and the other. So let's get to why we're here, right? I mean, that was a good experiment, and I just wanted to do it here with you. So there's the DANESSA MYRICKS. Let's open them up and let's swatch them before anything else. And this is supposed to be lip and cheeks. So the first thing, let's apply a little color. You know that I don't like to be bare, so I'm gonna use this pink, white pink, because I went for it. I'm into pink today. I don't feel like orange. I don't feel like browns. And if you saw my Sephora haul, I bought a whole bunch of brown cream blushes and lipsticks, and I was into the brown for some reason. And I guess it passed. Now I'm into pinks. Thankfully, I did get enough pinks too. Oh boy, I changed rooms and I didn't bring, oh yeah, I did. Clean it, tissues. How can you do makeup without tissues or makeup removal and things like that? So how does it feel on my lips? I don't feel it at all, so that's a plus. I just plotted just to put a little pink. It did give me that pink color. It doesn't have a taste. It doesn't have a flavor. I don't feel like I have it on. So all of that, good things. So let's swatch before I start playing with it. I think that's fair. And hopefully I have learned a one thing or two of swatching all at once. Remember when it would take me forever. Now, obviously I didn't learn that my pinky, you see how, look at the size, you see my pinky is like a huge difference. So obviously when I swatch, look where my finger end up being. So that I still have to learn. So what I did is grab a little more so they can be equal. And then what happened to this other color? Seems like that one got short too. Ay, Dios mío. Well, I'm improving. So they don't look as bronzing as I would thought. I mean, look at this too. I mean, I guess if you are a lot darker skin, maybe, but I don't find them already like bronzing like I thought, more like this color, where it's just golden or browning or, you know, because this one looks more like a blush to me, this one. And this one's too, I mean, this one has a little plum more than brown, I would think. So I guess they do call it cheek and lip. So, oh, that's the other cat. There you have it. That's Max, for Maximiliano. So we got, oh, look what I just did. All right, so first lesson with this product, do not press hard or it just got too warm. Oh my God, now I made a mess. Well, so don't press hard. You work on the other one. Now I made a real mess. I have to clean it after. So be careful, don't press hard, be gentle. I don't know what happened to that one because, yeah, I'm pressing less on the other ones, but that was, I mean, look. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. So I am, you know, this one and this one looks so familiar. What? What? So these two get very close in color. I guess this is more red, but, and of course the pink I have on my lips and then red. Now, how does this compare? Yeah, so these ones are more in the brown peachy. I was trying to see this red one with, no. All right, so now we got it. So what should we put in my cheeks? Let me clean my fingers first. Never a dull moment here in Clutter Beauty. I don't know if I'm clumsy or I'm Detective Gadget. You know, I have referred myself for that before. I mean, what are the chances that this happens? I mean, seriously. I don't do it on purpose, I promise. Well, that's the sadness of it all. All right. So, what should I use for bronzing? I'm gonna use a little bit of this, and then of course a little bit of this. All right, so I'm gonna use the, I keep reaching for this one, because I pull out several brushes that I could use with this cream. You know, from smaller to bigger to more thin to thick, you know, because I didn't know what we were gonna do. And we probably could use fingers, although after the mess I made. But I'm gonna use, now I picked this up. No. Let's use the Sonia G, because this is nice. All right, and so where was I? I thought we would use these two colors. All right. I mean, I didn't have to swatch it to realize that, but, and I'm gonna get the brown one, the darker first, because the other one can kind of become blush. And I'm gonna start very high, because usually I do this, but now I'm gonna start a little bit higher. Why? Because that's the other trend I keep seeing. Things are becoming very high. I'm actually gonna create a video for you guys with the trends, new trends of 2022. Will you guys like that? That I keep seeing and that I am liking. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. DANESSA Myricks, if I can remember forever. So I really like that. And now what you can hear is my cat wanting to get out. I like that. So that is kind of the darkest. I'm gonna try, I didn't want to do this, but let's try the next color up. So I tried this one. So let's try a little bit of that, just a tiny bit. Whoa. The reason is just I wanted to see how they start mixing with each other. Right? And then let's now go, so I applied this first and this one. Now let's go here and apply a little bit more forward, but mixing it all together. And this way I will apply a little bit on my eyelid. Beautiful, right? So let me let the cat out and I'll be right back. I'm back. So beautiful, right? I really would like to just do this and finish the look, but we want to try the other side. So what should I do? All right, in order to try, so we tried this one. No, we tried this one, this one, this one, right? So let's try this one on the other side. Let's see what happens. It's a little too dark for me, but still. And in this case, because it's so darker, we're definitely gonna apply it a little bit with the sponge to diffuse it a little bit. It's nice. And now I'm gonna go to the other side and I'm gonna use this color. Why? Because we wanna try something totally different, right? And if you notice, I'm applying it very high, almost as of where the highlight will go, right here. So I just started with the redder, so, which is this. So now, should I go with the orange to see if it really makes a difference with this, or should I go pink? Good question, right? I'm gonna go with this, with the one I created a mess. Ay, Dios mío. See how I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna use a little tool to try to put it all back together. I'm just applying that, yeah. This looks a little more fluorescent. I just want to see how these two compare, because one was in one palette and one is in the other. But you notice I'm trying to create sort of the same sort of look with the orange and peachy right in the front. But see, this one is definitely more orange. This one is more on the brown, so I'm liking that one better. How about you guys? Of course, the browner that we started with in this cheek is not fair, because that one probably is too dark for my skin. But I wanted to show you that it is something doable. Still like this side better, and playing with the three colors made it very dimensional. I show you more or less the colors. What would I do? So I'm gonna do something interesting, just for fun, right? Just for fun. So I wanna apply the darkest color in my lid. I know this is something I usually would never do, the darkest in my lid, but I don't know why, I'm just feeling like it. And I am bringing it out for sure. Ooh. So obviously I am being moved by something different than usual, right? And then I want to apply a little bit, let's see, of either the orange or the pink. Let's go with the, let's go with the pink. Let's go with the pink. I mean, it doesn't go. All my logic is saying no, but my hand move. Oh yeah. So I'm applying a little line of this pink. And now I'm gonna apply another line of this pink. Because I keep seeing this sort of thing being done. And you know what I haven't been able to create or do is to keep one line, simple line like that, instead of keep going at it. See, now I'm keep going at it. Well, because they have to be a little equalized. But I think the whole trend is just one line, simple. So if you want to try it, try just one line, one swipe, And that's the end of it. Not like I'm doing right now, but you get the hint. So I'm gonna apply more of the brown in my lid because I want it to really be distinguished. And then last, I want to put a little bit of the orange in the inner. Orange inner. Because I keep seeing this trend where you put a little bit of color up here and down here, kind of they go, and then another color here and in the inner. Of course, I didn't do that. I put the pink kind of in the line and all the way in the bottom. But now that I say it, let's put a little more of the orange right down here. And emphasize the pink right down there and up here. What do you guys think? All right. Well, it's pushing it, but I'm liking it. Right? All right, I'm liking this. So I just want to make sure you get the swatch and you get the swatches. And I'm gonna equalize a little bit both of my cheeks because, you know, I mix a lot. And how would I do that? Well, I would bring a little bit of the colors I utilize, right, on this side because I like that side better. So I'm just gonna put them on top. And so what I'm trying to do now is bring more of the orange peachiness, and then because the eye turned out to be very pink, and I will bring instead of this pink, I will put some of the peachy, the one that I destroyed, the first one. And I'll add a little bit of the beige that I use on my cheeks. All right. So now I'm gonna go and put a little bit of mascara and I'll be right back. So I am real back because I haven't tried at all the Pat McGrath liquid liner. So I thought I should use it right now here with you guys and see how it works. So this is another thing I've been seeing as a trend. Very, very thin line. And I'll do the other side. And now I'm gonna use the mascara Bite, which is also new for my collection. I was sent a sample. I think I purchased it with my points at Sephora. They had that option. So it's a good size mascara for the 100 points. The brush is humongous. Look at that brush. But I think it's really bringing length, volume, and darkness to my eyelashes. It's not the longest I've seen my eyelashes, but look at the volume, and it still makes them very spread out and noticeable one by one. I think that's also a trend. All right, so I apply a little more of this color, the messed up color. There's something different of that consistency. It's not like the other 8. I'm actually getting frustrated with that color. I thought it was just me pressing too hard, but no, there's something very, very different with that consistency. Let me show you. I mean, look at that mess, but even applying it, I just apply it on my lips and it just doesn't perform like the other 7. So be careful with that one. But look how beautiful. Ooh. Do you like this look? I actually like it. You have to understand, this is very sort of summer, strong colors. But look at the mixture that we created there. I like it. Now, really, you could bump up a little bit the lips. Let's apply, I don't know. Let's see if I go with the strongest here. Let's see what happens. It kind of neutralizes a little more of the peach, right? And now, because of all of this, I feel I need to really make my eyebrows stronger. So I'm gonna use some of the Tom Ford gel and I'll be right back. All right, so here's the final look. I hope you like it. It's very, very, you know, when you're in that mood to be just like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's summer, spring. And if you notice at the beginning when I used just the brown palette, it really gave me a very neutral, nice comfort. And then of course I started mixing, and once I add the eyelids, well, it really brought it up, right? But you could do a lot more subtle sort of cheeks and then just leave the eyes very strong, or very strong blush like I did, and then more subtle of the eyes, obviously. Or use just a regular lipstick also to create. So again, I think these palettes are very versatile. If I had to choose between the two, that's my cat now wanting to come in. I would prefer this one. However, of course, if you want the pinks and the oranges, peaches, sort of course, get this. But you saw how just with this palette, I was able to create a very fun, strong, and beautiful, you know, cheeks. So again, I would choose this one, and then if not, of course, both. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Please ring the bell on the right-hand corner. Please comment below. Do you have this palette? Do you know this brand? Do you like it? Do you like this look? This very vibrant, you know, it's not like casual, barely there. No, it's like, yeah, I'm right here. And so let me know if you like it. And there's few videos that I have in mind that are gonna be for fun. Please excuse, I know some of the requests that are pending, so you know they're coming. Maybe Monday I will show this one that is a vanity tour. I'll show you all my stuff around. And also my face brushes. I know you requested it and I haven't done it. I did some of the eye brushes, but I need to do the face brushes. And also Penelope asked me about which lipsticks I like best. That's pending. So I have several on my list. So I apologize if I haven't got to them, but I will. And also the Dior new bluish eyeshadow quad is already shipped, so I'm waiting for that. And I still have plenty more to try for the first time. So, you know, we're gonna keep having fun here. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.